Hello. Today we're going to go through what you need to do to enable remote desktop monitoring on a Azure role, and we're going to just set that up on a web role. I currently have here deployed a simple project. This is just one of the hands-on exercises we use in Course 1200, and it's got a single web role in it, which is currently not configured for remote desktop access. So we're going to go ahead and go back to Visual Studio, and I've just got that project open here, and we're going to go republish the project, and this time we're going to configure it for remote desktop access. Okay, I'm going to just select my project here, and I'm going to right click on it and say publish. And this time, rather than creating the service package only, I'm going to deploy to my Windows Azure site. And I have already set up some credentials here that allows me to log into my account, and I'm going to go ahead and just deploy this thing directly to the KK Test 1200 production environment. Before I deploy that project, I'm going to go down here and say configure remote desktop connection. And what I will do is enable the connections for all roles. So if I had multiple roles in this project, I could connect to them using remote desktop. In this case, I just have one. But what I first of all need to do is specify a certificate used to encrypt the user credentials. And I could use one of my existing certificates, but I'm going to just, for demonstration purposes here, go through and create a new one. And I'll just call this my test certificate. There, and now I will include a username and password in this certificate that I will use when I connect to the instance using remote desktop. I need to do an additional thing here, which is I want to take a look at this certificate. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to copy this out to a file because I do need to upload this certificate into my Azure role later. So I'm going to just say here, and you need to do this in a certain way. So you have to say yes, you want to export the private key into the certificate, and that will then specify the format of the file that we're going to create. So we're going to create a .pfx file, and I need to put a password in there. And I will go ahead and just copy this into a file in my publish directory for this project. Great. Okay, so now I have that. I need to upload that certificate into my hosted service. So I can click on this, which brings me into my portal. And I have no certificates currently uploaded into this service, so I'm going to go ahead and add a certificate, and I should be able to just browse over to that directory where I've exported that file. And again, I need to type my password, and that should now upload the certificate into my service. Great, so there is now my certificate uploaded into the service, and good, so I can just go back to Visual Studio now, and I should be able to just say OK. This will start the publishing process. And we get the warning saying that the version already exists, or that a deployment, there's something already deployed there, which we saw, so I'm going to just say delete and continue. And this will take several minutes to deploy, and we'll come back and look at this in a few minutes. Okay, it looks like our deployment is completed, and we can see here back in our portal that the application is running, and it continues to function as it did before. But what we have now is a way to connect to it with remote desktop. And what's pretty cool is that I can do that right from here in the portal by selecting the particular instance that I wish to connect to, and then just clicking on this connect button up here. It will create for me an RDP file which I could save and connect to again just by opening the RDP file. What I'm going to do here though is just open it so it saves it into a temporary folder. Tells me it doesn't know the publisher, but I know the publisher is me, so I'm going to just go ahead and say connect. And I can then log into this machine using the username and password that I've set up. So pretty cool. I'm connected now into my web role instance, and as you see I have full control over this machine now. I can do things like run perfmon if I want to monitor what's going on this machine. If I've got some performance issues or something like that, you can see that I have full access to IIS. I can go ahead and configure IIS to my liking, and basically what I have here is a very high degree of control and flexibility over how I choose to administer this instance. Plus I get a lot more visibility into the instance and the ability to monitor it above what I had prior to this RDP connection. I'll just go ahead and shut down and close down the session, and basically that is how you configure an Azure role instance to be accessed with RDP.